Now let's look at curl flat seam against man. Again, I'm just going to use Mike Blitz because this is the most popular. So I did talk earlier about, and I've talked quite a bit about the inverted streak or fade by Taysom Hill. This is going to be excellent against man. So again, we'll set up a Mike Blitz type of look. And as I've mentioned several times, if you look at the defensive alignment here, the two secondary players covering Taysom Hill, the two tight ends on the right, they're kind of out of position. You know, they're outside leverage, outside the hashes, so they can be very out of position if we have in-breaking routes. So what we want to do if we're seeing something like this is we want, again, to block square. We're going to put Steve Smith on a slant. We're going to have Byers on an option route. And then I like to have Kittle on a corner. And then I'm going to motion snap the slant. We talked about this setup a lot, but watch Taysom Hill. Let's look at curl flat seam against man. Again, we're here in Mike Blitz. We'll just set it up. You can see the two secondary players on the right that are manned up to the two tight ends that are bunched up. They're kind of out of position. So here's what we want to do. We really want to be able to attack. I mean, obviously we can attack different players, but this inverted fade slash streak by Taysom Hill does really well against this type of look. So what we want to do is block square. We're going to have Steve Smith on a slant, and then we're going to have the running back out like this. Now, with R1, you know, we can change things up a little bit. We can put him on an out route if we feel like we're going to get better separation. But I'm really looking to hit Taysom Hill here. And you'll see why. I'm just going to run the play and kind of watch how we're going to run this. Now, what happened there is because fuck me. So let's look at curl flat seam against man. We're going to focus on Taysom Hill's route. This is against Mike Blitz, setting this up. So when we're seeing somebody run this type of setup, we're actually going to keep square out on a route this time. We're going to block the running back. We're going to put Steve Smith on a slant. What we're really trying to do here is hit Taysom Hill on this inverted fade. So watch how this works against man. That's what we're looking to do. So because of the way that the defender is positioned, you know, he's using outside leverage and, you know, they're pressing, he's outside the tight end. We're going to be able to click on and make a catch. Now, what happens if we block R1? So we'll look at that again. The issue with this, if you're trying to hit Taysom Hill, if you block square, and we do something like this, which we've talked a lot about, or something like this, the free safety, who is manned up onto Mercedes Lewis, will end up dropping back into like a robber look. He'll be playing like a cover one hole in the middle of the field, make it a lot harder to hit Taysom Hill. So we at least want to put him on some sort of route so he's clearing out, and we can block the running back. So we can motion Steve Smith in a step, hike it, and we click on and hit Taysom Hill. Now, there are also times where these guys will get all jumbled up, and he'll be open for a one-play touchdown. So, not sure I'll be able to simulate that here. I have done it in game quite a bit. We'll see if we can do it here. So, weren't able to do it there, but we did have a corner route there. So, curl flat seam against man coverage. Again, we'll set up a Mike Blitz look. This Taysom Hill route does great against a look like this. So what we're going to do is, in this scenario, we're going to block the running back, and we'll put Steve Smith on a motion slant. And what I want you to do is just watch Taysom Hill. We'll motion him in a snap. And then we're able to click on with a 9 o'clock pass lead. We can free form it. We click on, and we're going to get that animation. So, that defender that's manned up onto him is just really out of position. So, that's why we're able to hit that. Now, if you want to do something different, we can do something like this. This is one of the other setups I like. So anytime you see Mike blitz and you are looking to hit Taysom Hill on this fade, you have to have square out on a route. If you block him, Julius Peppers, the free safety who's manned up onto him, will convert to playing in the deep middle of the field, and you won't be able to complete that pass. So we have to have him on a route. This is one of the other setups that I like versus man. So we do something like this, and then we're going to motion snap Steve Smith in. Again, we're looking at Taysom Hill, and everybody got all jumbled up there, so we were able to hit the corner. Try to hit the fade again. Boom, we click on. Aggressive catch it. This way you don't have the defender, making a play on it. So, and we have multiple man-beating routes on that. And we still had good protection. So against curl, flat, seam. So with curl, flat, seam, man beater. Again, let's say that we're facing Mike Blitz. This is the most popular defense I see most of the time. So what we want to do is take advantage of Taysom Hill on this inverted fade. I've talked a little bit about it, but if you're seeing this exact look, which is very popular, here's what we're going to do. First off, we have to send Square, the solo tight end, out on a route. If you don't and you block him, the free safety will back up and play the middle of the field. You won't be able to hit Taysom Hill. So our setup would be to block the running back and then do the motion slant with Steve Smith. You can do something different if you don't want to have Square on a corner. It still does really well against man. So what we want to do, though, is watch Taysom Hill on his route. So essentially, we're able to click on, and we'll be able to complete that. I'm going to show you that again. Fuck you. So curl flat seam against man. We're really going to look for Taysom Hill. So we'll set up Mike Blitz again. And what we're going to do is we're going to block the running back. We're going to put Kittle on a corner, and we'll put Steve Smith on a smoke. So we'll do something like this, and I want you to watch Taysom Hill on his route. And you can see that he was open there. We got a really poor throw. Not a great catch animation either. So one of the setups I like for curl flat seam against man, again, we're looking at Mike Blitz. What we want to do is block the running back, put R1 on a corner, put square on a trail, and then circle. You can put him on a smoke. You can put him on an out. Motion snap him. I'm just going to put him on a smoke right now. So again, this is Mike Blitz against man, and we'll have multiple man beating routes. We have 3 of them. Steve Smith is just meant to hold that corner down, but watch Taysom Hill on this inverted fade against man. It's amazing. I've run this how many times? Let's talk about curl flat seam against man. We'll look at Mike Blitz here. So the setup, when we're facing man or a Mike blitz is we want to block the running back, put circle on a smoke, put R1 on a corner, and put square on a trail. So we have 3 man beating routes here, the corner, the trail, and this inverted route by inverted streak / fade by Taysom Hill. So we'll run the play. And you can see there we were able, I mean, why is this such a problem? So let's look at Mike blitz against, so let's look at curl flat seam against Mike blitz. Now, this is not something I run all the time, but sending out 5 is something that works really well. So in this particular play, this is fucked up, man. Curl flat seam against zone has its benefits. We'll look at Mike blitz here. So we already know we have a corner, and this inverted fade by Taysom Hill can get open because these other guys are going to be way out of position. So if we are sending 5 out, just watch Taysom Hill. So that is the benefit of that route. So we can click on and we'll be able to aggressive catch that with a 9 o'clock pass lead. And this is really the setup that I like.